So I do not want to spend I don't want to let me see. I don't want to it's so I'm sorry you guys. I'm just writing just taking down my notes today. I really want to just talk about hello sweetie. I just want to talk about anything and everything today. Yeah, um I finally get it though. I finally get why people say um I finally get why people say dating is hard. Um, Getting to know people is hard, but I'm going to tell you, um, I always said my screen is lagging today. My screen is acting like crap today. I guess my screen is on the same level. Oh my God, as I am on today. Um, I'm sorry. Let me click off. For some reason, my media player on my desktop keeps loading, and I don't know why because I certainly didn't set it like that. Again, my oh, I know why my computer is lagging because my Roku box is hooked up to it. And I already have like 10 million things in my house hooked up to the Roku. So I apologize if my screen or anything like that freezes. Um, so yeah, I just want to talk about anything and everything today. And like I said, I finally get it. I finally understand why people say dating is hard or dating can be hard. I always say that dating um, is not hard. It's people that make it hard. But that's not necessarily true. I promise you, I finally, I finally get it. I always tell you guys how um, I come across people all the time, and it's weird how God will place people in your life, right? Especially strangers. Like I've had a phone number for like 2 years, and I'll get people that contact me off and on. Hey, remember me? I'm such and such, this and that, and I'm always a welcoming person. Um, because they say you never know if you're entertaining an angel. So when people, I don't, I'm not rude or nasty or mean or anything like that. If I'm not interested, I'll just say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. But bless you or whatever. If someone's trying to approach me on a like romantic level. Um, but other than that, I'm a very friendly person. But I'm on a real like intense spiritual path, and my values and my self worth are everything to me. Um, you know, in search of something, but I'm not looking for anything. Okay. I am one day at a time. I'm just, finally getting back to Kim, my life, and being able to live in my own skin, my own mind, my own feelings, my own emotions, without being fearful or devastated or anything like that. And you guys know me in real time, know what I'm talking about. So I'm one day at a time, and my spirituality is super important to me. I'm not into right now with any of my friendships, my relationships, family. I'm not into cutting corners because I said before, if the old thing is not working, try something new. I've actually had to finally sit with myself and God and say, you know what, God, I'm going to have to cut these people back. But I'm going to have to cut these family members back. I know my computer is really, really lagging right now. My computer just froze. But yeah, like I really have to. And it's always sad when you have to cut family members back. But if you have people in your life, um, friends, family, whatever that you've tried with. You tried to be supportive, you tried to be loving. Whenever they needed you, you were there. But they still have this backstabbing personality about them. And it's sometimes, and it could be your own, like people like your mother, your father, your sister, your first cousin, people that are immediate family that you have to say, you know what, for the sake of my feelings, my emotions, and my spirit, I'm going to have to love these people from a distance. And I've had to do that. Um, and in the beginning it hurts, but for once in my life, I have to set aside from God and my children. I have to think about Kim because he being the yes ma'am to everything. Um, yes. Uh, uh, Being the yes ma'am or yes sir or whatever, it doesn't, like, I don't know if you guys really get what I'm saying, because people will feel bad sometimes, especially when you have to cut out family. And you guys know, I was adopted when I was 5, and I was fortunate enough to have my one of my biological sisters who was adopted with me. But I have to say this, and she's one of my subscribers too, and I love her with all my heart. And I'm also a chick woman that'll tell you to your face. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to hear, oh, Kim said this about you, because Kim don't have no problem saying it to your face. But my sister has really, really backstabbing characteristics about her. I mean, like, really. And I'm just like, wow, but Joe, we share the same blood, the same mother. I'm not sure about the same father, but who cares? But we're still, and you just continue to do things that are so backstabbing. But it's okay though. So I finally had to say, you know what, to keep me and keep my, in the spirit and being happy, whatever. I'm not going to keep on allowing it. I'm not going. There are some people and some situations that you just can't keep trying with. And everybody knows me. I don't give up on people, and I like to, just try to stick in there. But I've learned the hard way. There's some people you just got to let them go and just let them do their thing and know that you tried. And unfortunately, I had to do that with um, some family members, and some friends too. So I'm gonna tell you guys, don't be afraid to do that, because I used to wonder, right? People used to say, I haven't talked to my mother in 2 years or 4 years, and I used to say to them, how can you not talk to your mother in 2 years or 4 years? Now, never mind you, I also have a adopted mother. My biological mother, I don't know where she's at, but I actually have a um adopted mother who was very abusive to me mentally, emotionally, physically, verbally, all of that. And I remember being a child, and I've talked about a lot of things that I went through with her. Couldn't wait to get away from home, but because of the type of woman that God has built me to be, there was times where she was on her deathbed, and guess who was there? Kim. There was times where she needed this or needed that or needed help with this or that, and I was there because that's what God would have me to do. And that's just the type of person I am. But even with her, you guys, I finally had to say, you know what, Cam, you're getting too old to keep kissing people's behinds, and you're getting too old. You want to be loving, and you want to be forgiving, and you want to be Christ-like, who's loving, forgiving, and this, and will always have your back. But here in no disrespect, in reality, here on earth, I just have learned the hard way that I can't, and I'm not going to get into it because I've already talked to you guys about her, but no, you do with family and people, no matter how much you like them or you love them or you think that you're close to them, you have to, as they say, fall back and keep it moving on some people. Like I said, I want to talk about everything today because fortunately, I have a lot of time to sit and think about things. And whenever I speak or whatever I talk, I come from a good place. And this is what I'm going to say here on my YouTube channel. I am no longer going to whitewash or blackwash or anything wash or anything on my channel. If ever someone comes on my channel and take anything personal, I have to say that is your problem. I have been whitewashing and filtering a lot of stuff, and I shouldn't have to do that on my own channel. I shouldn't have to come on here and beat around the bushes and trees and oak trees and pine trees and all that other stuff, not to hurt people's feelings. I should be able to come on here and say, "Hey, this is how I'm feeling today. Hey, this is the experience that I've had," without hurting a person's feelings. And whenever I speak from experience, I speak from a good place. I just speak from things that are going on in my life. And the last time I checked, this was my channel. And I'm not here to be mean or facetious or disrespectful to anybody, but I've been whitewashing and beating around the corner with a lot of stuff that I really want to get in to and talk about. And because I have people that will contact me, I always leave my contact information. If you go into my information, if you like really take the time out to look at my profile, you will see that I updated my picture. You will see that I updated the banner. You will see that I have all my contacts, like my Snapchat, my Instagram. I think maybe my Facebook might be up there. If it's not, it's in the about information. I also have my Cash App. I have all of my information up there, contact um, information up there. Then I have like a really long bio too that talks about, my purpose for being on YouTube. And again, I've been like really dancing around the bush on a lot of things that I'm not going to do it anymore. If you choose to unsubscribe, that is your choice, and I'm fine with it. Kim is no longer living for other people. I'm living for God, and I'm living to be a great mother. And that's what I have to say about that. And with that being said, like I was saying, I understand. I finally understand what people mean um, um, about it is very hard today. Just like I told you guys the other day, I said I have the utmost respect and for people who do long-term relationships. You guys are the real MVPs. It takes a lot. Actually, no, I take that back. My perspective of it, it takes a lot to have a long distance relationship. And it's only because of the type of person that I am. And we all are created differently. There's some people who are okay with that. They're very trusting, they're very open. They don't mind, talking and texting on the phone and this. Seeing each other like once a month or whenever. I'm not knocking it. But I finally get it though. I just know that the type of person I am. I am the type of person, like I said the other day, I need to see a person. And it's not even about anything sexually, because I'm not even on that road right now. Thank you, Jesus. It's about being able to be in the presence of someone, to feel their energy, to see their energy, to break bread with a person. Not even breaking bread for me. It's about being in the presence of a person, like to what I'm saying, like to feel their energy, to see how they really react. I always say you can't get to know a person over the phone and through emails and stuff like that. That is my personal opinion. I'm allowed to have it. I had a couple of people tell me, no, you really can. That may be good for you. And yes, in reality, that might in fact work for some people. You can email and text and FaceTime and Google Hangouts and all that stuff. Um, but for me, it's more about a intimate connection. And what I mean by intimate connection, get your head out the gutter. Like I said, it's about being in the presence of that person, being able for my spirit to say yes or no, because also it's like this too. I right away, it's just something that I can't even say their spirit. It's something that like a vibration, um, I'm so sick of this computer today. My computer is lagging and it's really annoying. But yeah, it's a vibration with, a person's energy. And I've talked to other people who say this too. I've talked to people that have been in church and they have these prophetic gifts where they're like, oh, I was sitting in church with a young woman and you could see, the bad energy coming from that person. I believe in stuff like that. Like I said, I'm talking about everything today. I'm not going to whitewash it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, brown wash it. Um, okay. Um, I finally get it though, but I big hand claps to go out to you um that do long distance relationships. I'm not going to say that I won't do it. I'm just going to say that it's very difficult for me because of the type of person that I am. Um yeah. And another thing about the transfer of negative energy, right? You guys, this is so true about the transfer of negative energy, the transfer of positive energy, and being around certain people. I was over the phone or whatever, and it was what I needed, to be able to talk and this and that. But I realized something. I had God's way of saying, you know what, you asked because I'm the type of woman, to reconcile with someone, is something that I always acquire. I don't like to leave any relationship, any friendship, any workspace on a bad note. And like I was saying earlier, even with the family members that you have to cut back and don't talk to, whatever, it's I love you. To leave anything on a bad note where I'm bickering with anybody or any hard feelings. But I ended up having a nightmare about this situation. And it was so weird because God was like, Kim, this person is not on your level, has not matured yet, and still is doing the same old stuff. You asked to reconcile with this person. You asked to, be able to say, I'm sorry, I forgive you, blah, 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 and move on. And I said to God, I said, probably know things about me that I don't know yet, or I haven't realized about myself yet. I said, the same way I'm talking to you guys right now, I said, let's be clear. Nobody wants to be with this person. And that's how I said it to her. I said, let's be clear. No one's talking about getting back with you. You forgive me, move on, because that's what God would do. And that's what he would have. He's very loving and very forgiving. And he leaves no stone unturned. And he just doesn't operate like that. And I am going to excuse myself and come back to do something really quick. Hope I wasn't too long. I had to okay. All right. I had to I needed to disconnect my um cable cord from my excuse me from my internet box. So I did that. But I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and judge a person because they're still trying to run the same. They still have the same poor behavior, the same bad behavior. I have realized that is their problem, not mine. The only thing I really can do is I can pray for a person. And I know that um, there's a lot of positive things that will come out in praying for um, someone. Um, I have notes here and I'm trying to figure out how I want to talk about the things that I want to talk about. I'll just finish talking and saying it like this. Again, I understand why people would say I am out of breath. Y'all, I got 14 steps to go up and down in my house. Sister's like, oh my God. Plus my lower back has been killing me for the last 3 days. And I'm about to speak about some things. And I need the people that are listening to take note to this, not for my benefit, but just take note to it for your benefit while you're out here trying to get to know someone, or you're pursuing people, or you're trying to, be on the dating scene, whatever like that. And number one, let me say it like this. And I say this with all due respect. And this is for the people. Like I said, this is not for my benefit. I don't want to say, like concerns me personally, but I'm going to give some really, really good advice right now because I know, it's Valentine's season. People are still single. People are looking for relationships. I just want to give you some effective tips, if you will. And um, yeah, so here goes. Let me say this first. There's nothing wrong with meeting someone and having a discussion about your past relationships or the things that, went on in your past relationships. Because I know for me, when I get with someone and, I'm saying, this is, what happened in my last relationship, or, that person's talking about their last relationship. For me, what it does, it lets me know what I should do and what I should not do and how to proceed with this person. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's very healthy to actually have conversations when you're first meeting someone and you're getting to know someone. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if you are getting to know someone, it is never okay to remember there's nothing wrong with having a conversation, but I'm not going to say it's never okay. Most people, and this is men and this is women, most people will find it very annoying. Am I sweating? No, I'm not sweating. I have shea butter all over my face. A little grease monkey today. Well, not a grease monkey, but a little grease baby today, a grease queen, because I got shea butter all over my face. But anyway, let me make it clear. There's nothing wrong with talking, getting to know someone and telling them about your last, um, relationships or relationship, and the things that you experience, the things that you learn from those situations, the things that you won't do again, or even your hurt and your heartache. But again, ladies and gentlemen, it is very disrespectful, annoying, and uncomfortable if you are 2, 3 weeks into getting to know someone and you can't have a conversation without talking about your ex. And the reason why I personally see that as disrespectful, when you are getting to know someone again, and let me tell you something. And I'm not saying that this is how you guys should date. I'm just saying that, and I'll be honest, for me, this is how I want to approach a situation. If I were thinking to approach a situation, and someone you're talking, well, how are you? How about you? This, you talk about your family, your career, your this. Well, then you might get into, now mind you, this is, I'm totally talking to people that are single and getting to know a person, and I'm just keeping it straight up 100 with you. And I'm talking to both men and I'm talking to both women. I'm just being straight up. Anything personal for me or whatever, maybe not or whatever. I'm not, indicating for me. I'm just saying in the future. Okay, you talk about who you are, and what you're looking for. Some people will talk about, their previous experiences with people. Some people won't right away. I personally believe it depends on, where you're at in life. If you're like freshly out of a situation or whatever. But here's the thing. Most people, 95% of the people getting to know someone and you're 2 and 3 weeks in, does not want to hear about your ex. I'm sorry, that is disrespectful and it's freaking annoying. Oh, well, me and my ex did this, and I remember when I did that for my ex, and my ex, and my ex, and my ex, and this ex, and that ex, and this person still has feelings for me, but they A, B, and C, da da da. Disrespectful on so many levels. First of all, I have to say that, like, I just like, okay. But that's when I noticed and I realized that people come into your life for a reason and a season. And even though they might have come, girl, beyond irritated. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with getting to, see, this is a difference. If you're friends with somebody, it's fine. Girl, let me tell you this, this, and this. And she had the nerve, or dude, bro, whatever, they had the nerve to call me back this, this, and this, and this. But it's very uncomfortable when you call yourself getting to know someone when you're consistently, my ex this, my ex that, my ex is this, my ex is that. This, I know for me, I think that if you can't go a day without talking about one of your exes, your ex lovers, or somebody you had an affair with, you are not ready to be in another relationship, because that is highly disrespectful. Me personally, I don't want to hear about it. Been in that situation a couple of times. Don't want to hear about it. Dated someone, and it was to the point where I was like, I like Dallas Cowboys. Oh, well, such and such like Dallas Cowboys too. Well, I took a shit. Oh, well, she took two shits. Oh, well, I had pink eye last week. I remember when such and such had pink eye, and da da da. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Like, we have to be mindful, when we're getting to know people, because I personally think when a person consistently talks about an ex, or is offended when someone talks or tries to give them information or advice on the ex, I think there's some unresolved feelings there. And I'm gonna gotta tell you guys personally. And like I already said, and this is not, I'm not saying this to um for my benefit, or I'm not saying this to, like anything has happened to new, and you can't leave your freaking past in the past. It doesn't work that way, and it's highly disrespectful. Stop doing it. I am bothered. I'm gonna be honest, I am bothered by, if I'm getting to know someone and we can't have a conversation without you talking about your ex lover, your ex boyfriend, your ex girlfriend, your ex this, your ex that, this, that. Because at some point it's like, hey, I'm here. When are you going to ask me about me? I know more about your ex than you know about it's a season, whatever. Because even though they may come in your life for a certain, like, I'm serious, I'm laughing, but I'm serious as a heart attack right now. This shit is super annoying, and I've talked to people that have had that experience. I've had that experience myself. So when I do it, that situation, if I have situations like that, I keep it moving, because I'm gonna tell you why I keep it moving. I think you should keep it moving too, because people have unresolved feelings about that. And you're getting to know them. And Monday, you could be let's go to Dunkin' Donuts, and we're gonna get two donuts, and we're gonna have some coffee, and you get in Dunkin' Donuts, and it's it's not even so. It's not even let's see an example. It's not even well, what did you do last Thanksgiving? Or what did you do for Thanksgiving? It's um you could be talking about a turkey, right? Or the donuts that you're eating. And it'll be, it won't even be, well, so, oh, that's your favorite donut. um or anything that's pertaining to you. It'll be, I really like donuts, I know how to make donuts. I remember the time when me and my ex, or I remember the time when I bought my ex kid some donuts. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Stop, please, for the sake of you and gentlemen. Stop. If you're looking for somebody to talk to, that's fine. But don't be pursuing someone else when you still got your other situation in the background. And that's one thing a person can never say about me. Now, I might sit up here even on YouTube and say my last situation, I was hurt by A, B, and C. But I would never sit in front of someone that I'm pursuing and continually memorize or consistently talk about my ex. No one can ever say about that. And if you ever said that I did that, you lying, because I don't do that. That shit is disrespectful. And see, I'm getting all and cursing and stuff. It's disrespectful. I'm telling you guys, Valentine's Day is coming up. We're in a new year. We're fresh in a new year. And I know that people are looking to settle down and have some fruitful relationships and, get married and do all this other stuff. But wow, it feels like they're comparing you, like you said, they're comparing, even if this conversation is like, um, you know, my ex such and such, he or she really hurt me in a situation. You could be talking about going to the fair. Just take heed to people who always have to add friendships or fuckships or whatever it was. Take heed to people that always got to add that into every freaking conversation that you had. Oh, I was at a fair where, like I said, at a fair, and even if they're not even talking anything quote unquote good about the person, the point is that they have to bring them up in every single conversation. Oh, look, you be in the car breaks down. I remember when me and my ex broke down on Alabama Avenue. Who fucking cares? If you have to continue to talk about and memorialize and memorize and about a lot of situations or situation, you are not ready to be in a relationship with anybody. Because I'm going to tell you something. Anybody that is okay with that type of disrespect, and a lot of times when people doing it, they don't think it's disrespect because they just want to talk and they just want to get it out, what has been done to them and what has been happening to them. But then it comes to the point, it's like, hey, what about me? Are you going to ask me some more stuff? I will say this, I'm appreciative to people like that, because what it does for me, I'm just speaking for me personally, what it does for me personally, it gives me the opportunity to say, you know what? One, this person is clearly not ready. Two, um, we're just going to be on a friendship level, because I don't want to be in the shower. Oh, I remember such and such used to use this body wash, or be at dinner. Well, I tried to do such and such for this person, and da da da. Me personally, and I know 95% of the time, let me just say it, and I'm going to get off the subject in a vulnerable stage in your life, whatever, whatever. But what I'm going to say is, and I'm saying this not for my benefit. So let's be clear. I'm not saying this for my benefit. Um, it's not cool. It's not cool. If you can't stop talking, you might as well be with that person. That's just what I'm saying. Been there, done that. I don't need those type of problems. I mean, I don't need that type of crap. I just be like, you and I, if that was a situation with me, because a lot of times people will get on here and assume I'm talking about myself or something that just happened, whatever, and maybe I am. The fuck. Um, it don't work for me. So moving on, because I didn't want to take up too much of your time. You guys, this is the other thing I want to tell you real quick too. If you don't want my opinion, don't ask me. And this is something I'm going to say too, that I want you guys to take heed to. When you're having a conversation with a person, and you may be, um, talking again about a past relationship or whatever, important to try to be in the presence of someone that you're pursuing, you're in courtship with, because you can see the reaction, you can see how they react, you can see their temperature. I said temperature. You can see their temperament, um, and you can just again the um, the transfer, the transfer of energy on a person. Oh wow. You know what though? There are some people, yes, there are some people that are like that. Oh, I can't, because I was like that for a while. I wouldn't listen to certain type of music because it reminded me of a certain situation, but I would never in front of someone. Or I couldn't listen to gospel, or I couldn't listen to love songs and this and this. But to have to remove myself from a situation or whatever because it reminded me of an ex, and I understand everybody is different. Um, to each their own. Everybody's different. Everybody deals with stuff different. But what I was saying was the transfer of energy. When you're around a person, you're talking to a person, and you're having conversation. I told you guys this yesterday. I'm a very observant person. And I tell people, if you don't want an answer or you don't want my opinion, don't ask me. And this is the other another sign that a person is not ready to move on or has not moved on. Because I know, I'm going to speak for myself real quick. If I'm pursuing a person and I'm wanting to get to know a person, I want to know about you. I want to know about your past situations too, so I can know what, some things to expect, not to expect, what to do, how to, move forward or whatever. But I don't want to consistently hear about a situation that you had, nor do I want you to, um, you know, in talking to me, ask me about a situation, because I'm gonna tell you guys something. Anybody that knows me knows I never give. I'm not a hater, and that's what people love about me. People can come to me. People come to me like, oh, this girl that I was talking to, or this, guy I was talking to, um, you know, she lost her job, and, I'm not sure what to do, and this and this. And I'll be like, well, as a human being, as a good person, as a person with humility, help them look for a job on your day off, or if you have a computer or tablet or whatever. As a human being, yes, we should help people. But I said that to say another way you could tell someone is not, still has lingering feelings or whatever, which is possible, but I'm going to say, for me, if I thought about dating, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for you holding on to ex situations, lingering, and have these all. I don't have time for emotional attachments. What I will say, I don't mind, because as a human being, and I don't believe that people should leave relationships on a bad rapport. I don't. I talked about that at the beginning of the video about reconciling with people. But what I will not, and I don't like personally, is person that still has these emotional attachments to people. Because when people are still emotionally attached to people, they cannot give you all. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I personally not dealing with that. But just, um, beware of people that are offended or appear to be offended when giving advice on a situation. Like I said, I'd never come in a situation or give advice as a hater, because I'm not no hating person. I might say, well, this is my advice. This, I believe that you should, this person should, or you should, A, B, and C. But I've had this happen to me a couple times where someone came to me and they were talking to, about an ex situation, and they were actually kind of asking me for advice on a situation, and I, was, giving my advice, and I never come from a place of like hateration. And this is how I knew, and the red flag went off, is that, going through a hard time, or, lost a job, or whatever the situation is. And I will say, well, because when people are talking to me, I really, really, I'm like God. Or like Jesus was. You guys remember when Jesus was ministering, he was so, God, he's amazing. He was so conscious and he was so aware. Remember when he was ministering and he was talking to people, and the lady came and touched him, and he said, power has left me. And he said, what did he say? And I don't analyze things in the negativity. I analyze so I can give good advice. But you guys, we got to pay attention to these red flags, these, these unresolved these feelings that people have towards their, exes. And that's understandable. But let me tell you this, don't be trying to get to know somebody when you have unresolved feelings that are good, or unresolved feelings for last situation. It's disrespectful to the new person, and it's just not cool. But what I'm saying about the red flag is, how did you get a level of forgiveness to help a family member who wronged you? You know what? To be honest, let me finish what I was saying first, and I'll tell you. Um, the red flag is when you're giving a person advice about their ex, and they seem to be bothered, or you might even say something, that might come out that's, offensive to them, and they kind of like, as I use the word, get in their feelings about, oh, well, she got the nerve, or he or she got the nerve to be posture. Look at the attitude, look at the aggravation, look at the dismissive, look at The even I've had this happen to me several times. The cutting off of the, cutting off. Yep, I said it. The cutting off. Like I said, if you don't want my opinion, don't ask. I'm not a hater. And I tell anybody, you want them, go for them. Anyway, to answer your question, sweetheart, how did you get to a level of forgiveness to help a family? If someone needs help, help. I really couldn't sit here and say, like A, B, and C, what I did, because I've been built like that. My computer keeps freezing. I apologize. My computer keeps freezing because of the weather here. I can't really sit and give you like not like a timeline, but like you know, a manual or whatever, if you will, about how I've always been like that. I've had some ass, dirty dog, low down, low down, dirty gang type crap to me. But because God created me to be the wonderful woman that I am, if they called me and was like, hey, I need somebody to talk to, I'm gonna lend an ear. Um, I've had people steal from me and still say, you know what, Kim, I know you're the person that people like to talk to, and you give that authentic, raw advice. You don't sugarcoat nothing. You don't beat around the bush about it, and that's what I need coming forward. I will say this though, I've gotten to the point where I tell people all the time, a person will only do what you allow them to do. So if a person is in your presence and still, continue to talk about their ex and you don't say nothing, that's what you get because you keep on allowing them to do it. If a person is keep borrowing money from you and then they don't keep paying you back because they think it's your family, whatever the situation is, they keep doing it. And sometimes we have to put on a big girl pants and a big boy drawers, boxers, and be like, enough is enough. I am uncomfortable. I don't like the way that you treat me. I don't like to sit here every time I see you and talk about what your ex did this and she did that and he did this and he did that and now he was this and they did that. I am uncomfortable with that and I don't like that. People will only do and say and operate how you allow them to do and say and operate. I always say never walk away from anything feeling unwanted, feeling second or third best or whatever like that. It should always be you first. That's the thing. That's the mark that we miss a lot of times. The self care is taking care of ourselves and making sure that our spirit is taken care of and that our spirit feels fulfilled. Our spirit feels fulfilled, wanted, loved, and all that stuff. My downfall a little bit because people know that I'm so loving, I'm so forgiving, so they can, not talk to me in 5 years and then talk to me again and think it's going to be the same old. No, I'm different. And previous behavior. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, y'all, is something that happened to me today. And that is me having to fight the Jezebel spirit. I had to block someone that I didn't even know existed. I got a text message from this guy today. I don't even remember this man. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even remember this person. And I've had this number for about 4 years, okay? I don't even, maybe longer than that. No, I've had that number. The number I use, I had for like 5 or 6 years. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Had somebody reach out to me today. Hey, they've been reaching out to me, but I never knew who it was because it was a long distance number. It was a Baltimore number. And I was y'all from Baltimore getting your feelings. Um, and I kept seeing this number in my phone. So finally, I reached out and said, who is this? And they didn't say anything. So they called today and I actually answered the phone. And this person said to me, this is such and such. Remember, um, we met on Facebook like 7, 8 years ago. Remember, I had asked you about something on your business page because I have three business pages on Facebook for my food service business. I had a merch page, but I took it down because I changed the whole concept of that. So I took it out. Anyway, this person I haven't talked to in about 6, 7 years sent me a dag on because I do have, and I forget I have my phone number on my business page because it's actually a requirement. And I didn't realize it was linked to the number. Actually, what it is, these people don't even have to have your number because they're Facebook Messenger, stuff like that. A person can just call you if you have Facebook Messenger. So I said, okay, so this person is messaging me or whatever through the messenger, had the audacity, y'all, that damn Jezebel spirit. I don't know who he thought he was, had the nerve, child, to say to me, Queen Kim, child of God. You don't remember me from that? I had commented on something you made a few years back on your business page. This. I said, okay, did you need something? You want a cake, some cupcakes? It's Valentine's Day. No. Can you send me a picture of you in lingerie and lingerie? Motherfucker, motherfucker, are you serious? No, I'm gonna cuss. Are you serious? You guys don't know how mad that made me. If that wasn't disrespectful, I don't know what was there. I'm still mad about it. Like, are you serious? Bruh, I could have a whole husband out here or something. I could just be in a hospital and I could be, you know, whatever. Like I said, being a whole marriage out here. And like, what's wrong with people? Why would you even come at me like that? You don't even know me. Yes, I was like, I wanted to go to that phone and just punch his ass right through the in the esophagus, like right here, cut off his tongue. I was highly offended by that stuff. Like I'm still like mad about that. I said, I said, you know what? I said, you got me mixed up with them, the rest of them. I said, I don't know where you been or whatever. I said you got the wrong woman for that. I blocked that Jezebel. Man, fighting the Jezebel spirit is something else, y'all. But then again, you guys, and I'm throwing all types of shade. Look where the person was from. You. You said what? My thing is, even if this person knew me, even if this person had been consistent talking to me, which he had not, for you to ask me something like that, why would you think that you could ask me something like that? I tell you, it's some bold MFs out here. That's a bold little chicken head. Okay. And I'm just like, but you know what? When I looked at the number, I said, oh, 443 Baltimore. No wonder. You know, most of the people in Baltimore, and I'm sorry, y'all, Baltimore. And I was born in DC, raised in Maryland, but lived in DC. So I'm considered to be a Washingtonian from DC. That's how they are. That's how DMV is. Bold, ghetto, bold, don't, straight up with it. And I can respect it straight up, but you had the wrong one, brother. I was like, wow, you got me to uh, do something real quick. But I thank you guys for spending time with me, checking in with me. I hope that you took heed to some things, you guys moving forward, um, you know, getting yourself together. Don't forget to, I'm going to try to post some stuff on my discussion board. Don't forget to check out my discussion board. And don't forget to thumbs up, like, and share, and all that amazing stuff. And I love you guys for real. And before I go, I have a message, if I can find it. You know what? I'm gonna tell you guys about my baby. This is what I am so blessed. This is what my baby My baby goes to school. This was yesterday. My baby goes to school, and I come back in, and this is what I find from my 8-year-old baby. She's so sweet. I find this. It doesn't get any better like that. I love it. My baby sends me a little note before she goes, 8-year-old baby. I was like, oh, but my message, right? My daughter opened a fortune cookie yesterday, and it said, God will help you overcome any hardship. So that's my main message of today. And I love you guys. And you guys have a enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you again for your support. And I will either see you guys a little bit later, or I will see you tomorrow or the day after next or something like that.